Mm, Sorry for the blank screen, guys. I forgot to open up my Thinkorswim program, and I don't want to reveal any private information. But once the application is open, I will display my screen. But nevertheless, we are here. So we're putting on our new trade for tomorrow. Looking to put on my trade at around market close tomorrow. We'll see how the markets are. Oh, sorry, that was my microphone. It just fell apart. I'm hoping for a down day in the markets tomorrow. Um, will that happen? I don't know. But, oh boy, did I forget my password? But tonight I want to go over my plan, go over some alternative ideas. I already have like one or two on the back burner for you guys. I kind of discussed it in my previous stream. So I'm gonna go through that. I just wanted to get this stuff done tonight. I almost didn't stream tonight. I've been absolutely smothered with work. It has been an extremely busy week so far, and weekend. And on top of that, I'm probably going to be going snowboarding this weekend. I'm not gonna. Well, I guess I could say where I'm going. Well, I'm going snowboarding this weekend, and I cannot afford to leave any work aside for the week. Let me turn on. I just want to make sure I don't have any private information, and we are good. Let's just throw up my screen here. I want to just get a bunch of work out this week. So, if you guys don't know, I work a normal job, and I work. I'm a graduate student at a top university. I mean, not a top university, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I'm extremely busy throughout the week, um, especially this past week because things are really ramped up. And I wanted to stream so bad, make videos. I just couldn't find any time. But tonight I sacrificed a little bit of my schoolwork. It's not completely due yet, but I still have another day. So I thought, let's put on a stream tonight, go over what I'm thinking about for the markets, what happened, kind of update you guys. So, what's up, Scarborough? Starting to think you weren't coming on. Yeah, me too. Like literally, me too. No, I'm trying, man. It's like my life is like so busy right now, juggling so many different things. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, let's go over the rest of Netflix here. So Netflix continued to go up after I sold it. Had a weekday today. So I don't know what that contract is worth now. The one that I held. It was the 16th Feb and I bought it at 490. So it's around 7,500 bucks. So I think I sold this position for around drawing a blank. I think I sold it around, didn't I sell around 7,000? I'd have to look at my I'd have to look at the positions. Yeah, I sold around $7,065. So yeah, the position continued to go up, but hey, you know what? I still made money, and this thing can continue going down. I think it did go down further after hours, but TradingView doesn't show after hours. Um, After like a few hours after the market closes, it's so stupid. I have the extended hours trading column here. It only works for like an hour after the trade, or like 3 hours. So yeah, super busy week. Um, I'm sorry I'm neglecting my YouTube channel. So yeah, yeah, I mean thinking I was gonna have to come up with my own trade. No. He killed it. So I won't worry about moving higher after he closed it. Yeah. A bunch of us were in this trade and we made good money. So I'm not trying to get greedy. All right. So yeah, Netflix continued to go up, and that's it. But we're done with this trade. Like this is done. So if you are holding Netflix still, um, and you're looking to make more money or whatever you want to do with it, just know, typically at this point by tomorrow, the 31st, I would be dumping this position if I were still holding it. I am still holding my Fang position. This thing has been going up and down like crazy. It's been going between 54% loss to like 75% loss. It's back up to 54, and then um, this stupid stock went up 1.34% today, and then I saw after hours down 1.34%, or like 135. So this trade's probably going to be like a 75% loss. I'll probably just close it tomorrow. Again, this was a small position, a more discretionary play. So yeah. So now Marvel went up a bunch. I saw someone comment on my video earlier, but Marvel did really well. So again, this was one of the 3 trades that I suggested. So I suggested Fang, and Netflix, and Marvel. Marvel, since I suggested it, I said I would be, if I were gonna buy it, I would buy it on the second. Let's say I bought it at the open on the first day. You would have been up 15.8% underlying. And I think we can look on demand here. Let's go to Marvel. I just want to track the performance, and then we're going to start moving on to the new trade. So if you guys haven't heard already, the new trade's going to be NVIDIA. Now it's a little concerning, NVIDIA right now, because AMD just came out with earnings, and I mean, it wasn't horrible, I think, but I haven't even checked their earnings. I heard they didn't give the best guidance. Let's see. All right, so they pretty much came in line on their earnings right here, but you can see here they came in line on their earnings, but I think they gave weaker than expected guidance, which sent the stock down, I think, about 6%. I may have to go on Yahoo Finance here to actually look at the after hours numbers here. Let's go to AMD. Yeah, they're down like 6% after hours. Yeah, light guidance, exactly. So, it is what it is. But again, like Marvel's probably taking a hit from that today because Marvel's a semiconductor stock. Yeah, so, but again, like this stock, if we just track it back to when I suggested buying it, let's say you bought it on like 9:45 in the morning on the first day of January. Again, following the same strategy, 45 plus DTE. Let's see, hold on. Seasonality for AMD, we could look at that. I think seasonality for AMD, AMD. Yeah, so seasonality for AMD, again, very strong in November. That's why I traded it, right? Do I have the right stock here? This chart looks very different. Oh. Yeah, AMD really is like the strongest in November. Again, it's pretty much flat. And AMD, like if you look at it, it's a very choppy sideways chart, but then it has these sudden spikes up in price. So it's kind of one of those like buy and hold stocks. Very hard to trade. It's very finicky. But yeah, I only trade AMD in November. Again, like there's alternatives if you're not comfortable with AMD, but again, and Marvel, just to pick up on it. So if you bought Marvel when I suggested it in my top 3 picks video, let's say you bought the 281, I think this is the strike I suggested, and you held it. Now I don't have data going to the 30th, but I can look at what the current option price is at real time. But we bought a 60 strike. I think you're up like as of January 26th, which would be this day right here, Friday, last Friday, you would be up 242%. So not bad. If you were in it back here, let's say on the 24th of January, let's see where we were. It was probably closer to 300% gain. So not a bad gain for this stock. Let's see what the percentage is here. Yeah, 325%. So, yeah, Marvel and Netflix came through this month. Fang did not. So, again, that just shows you that seasonality doesn't work all the time. But, if you apply it across multiple stocks and you manage your risk correctly, you can make good money. So, let's go on to NVIDIA. I want to talk about NVIDIA because this is the new trade. I'm sure all of you are anticipating this right now. Again, hefty stock. So I'm actually gonna take Fang. I'll leave Fang right there for now. Yeah, this is an expensive play. So if you don't have a big account size, to handle this risk, I do have alternatives that I'm going to show tonight. So we're looking at NVIDIA right now on the options chain, and 45 delta, we're looking at a 645 call option right here for 32.65. So this is going to be, you know, a beefy price to pay. Definitely going to be expensive. We'll see where NVIDIA goes tomorrow. I'm looking to enter NVIDIA towards the end of the day tomorrow. So, yeah. What else should I say? Okay, one big thing to note, which I'm kind of a little nervous about because of AMD and its earnings or its guidance. NVIDIA has earnings during the month of January or during the month of February, so we're going to be in this trade I'm going to be in this trade. This is not financial advice, by the way. Don't follow my trades if you don't feel comfortable with it. I'm not a financial advisor. If you lose money, that's on you, not me. I'm just simply showing my methodology, what I'm doing, and just that's it. So don't follow what I do. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not a financial advisor. So earnings here coming up. This can make or break our trade for the month of Feb. So what am I looking for? So levels, not many levels right now to play with. The major level right now below us is $500. Above us, we're in price discovery mode. And I know some people would say, oh, you wouldn't want to buy it up here. It's too far extended. But here's the thing. Is my chart not on logarithmic? It's not. It's on regular. What the hell? I don't know how that happened. But these moves can sustain for much longer than you think. So, yeah, I know NVIDIA shot up like 25% in the past, 3 weeks, right? So pretty much since $500, it shot up 25%, right? 26%. This thing can continue to go for another month. It could see a dip for a little bit, for a couple weeks maybe, and then continue going higher. So, don't underestimate what this market can do. If you look back through history here, every time NVIDIA starts to break all-time highs, it just continues going, right? You can look example after example. Unless it has a big peak like this and it comes back down, as soon as you break all-time highs, it's going to continue going. So this thing could, we could possibly see a trend sustain here for another month, especially if earnings come in line or beat. But you could see, possibly, I know it sounds crazy, I would probably bring this trend a little bit more conservative to the conservative side. But, we could see NVIDIA at $700 by the end of February if earnings are good. If earnings are good, we could see $700 on NVIDIA. I know that sounds crazy, but, that's only, if you measure that from where we are right now, that's only a 13-14% gain on the month. And if you look at NVIDIA and their seasonality, so let's go search NVIDIA for, I think I can just do, maybe I can't, maybe I can search NVIDIA on here. I'm just going to this, go to Rocket, and we're just going to type in NVIDIA. If you look at NVIDIA's past, it can bang out 14% month, 5% month, 17% month, 6% month in the month of February, right? 7%, 14. I'd say anything above, depending on the implied volatility, but anything above, I'd say, I don't know what the break even is going to be, but I can kind of find out. This is a good website. I don't think I've ever shown it before, but you're able to calculate your option future price. What am I going with? A 15th March? Is that the one I'm selecting? 15 March, 645 at 32.65. 645 at 32.65. Let's calculate the range here. So this is an options calculator. And basically, it shows you where you're going to be in profit. So, like where you're going to be in profit by a certain day at a certain price. So it's really helpful. I'm going to put the ending month to 229 because I'm not holding this option past 229. So you can see here. Oh my god, this freaking ad. Nvidia would have to go up at least 6.6%, I think. Why is this Google Ads? Yeah, 6.64%. This Google Ads is like not. I swear my ad blocker has been like acting funny recently. But basically we need to see about a 6% gain by the month end, and with this kind of trend, I think we could see it, especially with good earnings, but we'll see. We'll see. Again, like my risk is going to be managed, right? I know I'm good for the risk, so let me just calculate. I'm going to calculate my personal number here. I don't want to show any balances. Maybe I'll show it one day, but kind of just I really don't care about the money aspect. I'm more worried about the research and the percentage gains and the back testing. The money is just a result of your work and research, right? So I'm just gonna calculate this off screen. Okay, so really I have enough capacity right now for this month to buy Nvidia, and I'm probably gonna put on a second trade too. I am looking at, for my second trade, FTNT, Fortinet. So this is probably gonna, and this is a cheaper play. So this is going to be one of our cheap plays that we can, that I could play and, suggest, not financial advice, as, an alternative to NVIDIA. And Fortinet has a great seasonality. I discussed it all in my previous stream. So if you want to go check it out there. But I can show it real quick right now. FTNT has a great win rate for the month of February. You can see here the win rate, or the monthly performance, is at almost 100%. And you can see the median return is at 10%. Pretty much this Fortinet stock has returned like about 100 to 130% on an options contract year after year. So I'm probably going to put, we can look at the price for Fortinet. FTNT. It's about $288 currently. It's subject to change, but oops, I'm sorry guys. I hope that wasn't loud and hurt your ears. I hit my mic by mistake. FTNT is about $288 per contract. I'll probably buy like 2 or 3, maybe about 2. I'll probably just buy 2. So I'll put about $600 of risk into this play, and we'll see what happens. If I win, I'll probably make about $600 to $700 profit. If I lose $600. And then of course I'm gonna have my Nvidia play, my Nvidia option play right here for $3,265. So. Are you a fan of putting a trailing stop loss during your 1 month period to secure certain profits? I don't use trailing stop losses. I don't use a stop loss order at all. Technically my stop loss is the risk I put into the trade. So like with Nvidia, I plan on putting over $3,000 into one contract, right? To buy one contract of an Nvidia call March 15th at 6:45. 645 strike price, it's $3,200. I'm willing to lose 100% of that money. So that's my stop loss. Like, you got to remember, like, options have predefined risk. Unlike a futures contract or even a normal stock, right? Like when you buy a normal stock at $50 and you're only willing to risk $5, you have to put your stop loss at 45. But with an option, you define your risk right off the bat. So I like to think of the total value or the premium as your stop loss. So plus it allows you to hold your trade, right? Because you can have a trade that goes to 90% loss on an options contract, which is not uncommon if you know anything about options and you've been around them for long enough. You can have a 90% loss on an options contract, and then by next week, it can be up 100%, 200%. You know, the stock market could flip on a dime. So that's why I don't use stop losses. You can if you want to, if you have your own risk management or your own preferences, by all means, do what you need to do. Um, but me, my risk is, or my stop loss is the risk I put into my trade. If you have ever traded long call verticals, that would be another way to reduce the cost of the trade. Yes. So buying credit spreads or debit spreads, you can, if I bought like a spread on Nvidia here, it would only cost me $500, right? So like, let's say I sold a credit spread, a call credit spread, I'd collect $250 in premium, and then my risk would be the difference between the strike price, right? So it'd be that's $500. So yeah. The only thing with spreads or verticals you have to be careful of is, I know it's not as common, but you're taking on that risk of assignment when you do sell an options contract. So be careful, because if you get assigned, you have to have the money to put up to fulfill that assignment. So that's how a lot of people end up with like negative like $10,000, $20,000 losses. They go into debt because they sell options. So be careful with that. I used to sell options, mainly credit spreads and debit spreads, on the SPX. And the benefit of SPX is it's not a actual holding. It's just a calculation of the S&P 500. So there's no risk of assignment because there are no underlying shares to SPX. Same thing with NDQ, and I forgot the other ones. But all like the major indices, you're basically just trading a basket of the S&P 500. So yeah. All right, what was I talking about? FTNT. Okay, so we discussed that. Again, Fortinet, its chart is looking pretty good. We are coming up into this resistance area at $67. It looks like, I don't know if was this vertical line here before I think, wow, okay, so my analysis was right. I don't think, when was my last stream? I think my last stream was last week sometime. Let me go check. Hold on. I think I nailed this one, this level 6 days ago. Yikes. January 24th. Wow, okay. So my last stream was on January 24th, which is right here. And I marked this, I identified this level right here. I think I used the volume profile, and I think I nailed it. You can go check my previous stream, $67.18. That's the level I put. Let's put the fixed. Yeah, so I definitely used my I think I used this on like a weekly chart. I think that's what I did. I went to a weekly and marked this peak right here on the volume profile. So I nailed it right there. Beautiful. So FTNT is now running up into a resistance area. It doesn't mean it's going to resist, but there's a good chance we see a slight rejection on Fortinet. If it does come back down, I would want to see the 9 SMA hold as support. Let's see the HMA. HMA is pretty extended. But this thing looks like it's like ready to break out. How high is the volume? And we do have sustained volume going into this move. You see how high the volume is down here compared to the past? So this volume, there's definitely a lot of buyers behind this trying to... And this almost looks like a bull flag. Bull flag is basically, you have extension, and then you have a narrowing in price, like so. That's a bull flag. So this is kind of looking like a bull flag right now, especially with the volume behind it. So yeah, I'm going to be entering FTNT tomorrow. It's going to be a good trade, I think. And that's it. I don't have another suggestion, but we can go tonight. We can go look for a third trade. Let's go to February. I'll look at like 20 billion in market cap. What's the market cap on FTNT actually? 51 billion. Okay. So I want to track like, let's do like 8 years. We'll do 8 years with a positive of like 90. So you can see FTNT's right there. AVGO, man, this thing, I think this thing was like 800 bucks when I was looking at it back in December. Now it's at 1208. Crazy. AbbVie could be a good option. I like to look at the highest median percentage gains. Is this Palo Alto Network? Palo Alto Networks. This one could be good, but I think this one's expensive. I think I looked at this one last week. Yeah, this one's expensive. Yeah, I'm taking a look at it right now, Jason, and it's expensive. It's a $1,500 contract, so this would be more of like a mid-range risk, I guess. So yeah, it is expensive, right? So that's why I'm not really suggesting it. I would suggest it if you have the risk to do it, but it's not for me. Well, I guess it could be for me, but I'm putting more faith into Nvidia. What else do we have here? And sometimes like you'll go to certain months on this list. Like you'll see when we get to September is going to be I probably won't even put on a trade for September. And if I do, it's going to be very, very small. And it could potentially be a put play. I could be looking at buying a put for September. But we'll see. We'll see. And if I do, it's going to be a very, very small amount of my account because I have zero confidence in it. Well, not zero, but 1%. I'll just put it on for fun. I gotta have some entertainment. Gotta scratch that gamble itch, or itch that gamble scratch, whatever. What about ACMR? Take a look at ACMR. I'm assuming this for February. ACMR. Yeah, so the monthly performance is good for February, 83%. But let's look at the median return, 4.15. I've seen better. You can also look at their competitors here. Let's look at median. Go look at FIS. Let's go refine our list. We'll find a better one. We'll go find a better one. So February, let's go track, let's keep 8 years as our track record, and let's bring this down to 80% and see what we got. Booking.com, FLNT, or FLT, what's this? I never heard of this stock. Fleetcor, okay, I have heard of them. Ooh, this one's looking a little juicy. Where do they work in technology? I always like to stick with the technology stocks because they tend to be more volatile and they tend to have the best chance of going up a lot, which we like for options, right? We want bigger moves because that reduces our risk to reward, or helps our risk to reward when we have bigger moves. Median return 8.31%, very nice. Monthly performance, okay, 77%. We can also check FLT under stock charts. Okay, 77%. on stockcharts.com. Good. Now the last part of the step is to check its price, which I should have done right away because I could be wasting my time here, which I may have. Okay, around the $1,000. So again, I kind of want to stay below that like $500 level. And if you have any suggestions, let me know. But I think $500 or less, maybe even like $400 or less is probably where I want to be. So let's continue to research this. Let's look at other options here. No pun intended. APTV. Church and Dwight. Great seasonality, but the gains are mediocre. Need those gains. By the way, if you do have the risk for FLT, like if you're willing to put $1,000 down, I would suggest it. It's a decent play. Could be a decent play. Not financial advice. TJX. See, I'm getting careful down here because we're getting to the lower end of the median return, so I got to be careful. It's going too far out. This is a good example of why I don't use average return and I use median return. Look at the average return. It's 10.53% in February. And if you don't understand what the difference between average and median is, like most people would think, oh, this is great, like let's enter it. But it's like, hold on, not too fast. Let's go look at the median. All right, now the median's actually pretty in line with other months. So TJX could be a good option. The past couple of years, it's been rough. It's been rough the past couple of years. Seasonality hasn't played out. Most of the time, 2 to 3 months, 2 to 3 years before you see a reversal to green again for the next year. This could be another loser. So I'm not feeling comfortable with TJX. The return is just not there. What I may have to do is lower this track years to like 6 and see what we get. Trade Desk. I've seen this ticker pop up multiple times. I don't know if I backtested this one, but it has 100% returns in the month of February, or 100% performance, so that's good. But again, this is only what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. So, all right, but I can put TTD Trade Desk on here. By the way, guys, if you could hit the like button, that would like be awesome. That's like the only thing I ask from you guys is hit the like button and subscribe. So if you could hit that like button and try to get more people in here, spread the message, I guess. All right, so TTD 77% for February. That's good. I like it. Let's go check the price now. And I'm hoping it's cheap enough. This stock is $69. Okay, I think we may have found a winner here. 46 delta, 480. You could be a little bit more risky and go with a 40 delta for 400. I wouldn't suggest doing that. I think 480 would be $480 is okay. Let's backtest it now. I want to backtest it. I don't want to put out suggestions and then it not working out because I didn't backtest. This is where you actually find issues with your particular stock pick. What about DAR? I will take a look at DAR in a moment. Let's just backtest Trade Desk for, let's do like 6 years. What's the year now? 22. I feel like I'm getting old. Jeez. Let's go back 3. Let's go to like 2016. All right, and we'll start out with last day of January, right? That would be the day we would typically enter. And let's do like the last 10 minutes of the day. Let's start running this analysis real quick. See how the returns are. I feel like I've done Trade Desk before. Come on. Is this seriously not working? What about think about coin? We could take a look at Coinbase. If my options chain will load here, I'm having like a data. Sometimes this system is a little wacky. Just does not want to load trade desk. Come on. Come on, Thinkorswim. I forgot what I did. I remember this happening before, and I had to like waiting for data. I remember having to like go into here and then back or something like that. Maybe like this. Maybe like that. Let's reset this maybe. Try to go to like AMD. Open this up. Yeah, so we'll take a look at DAR and coin in a moment. Trade desk. Dude, why is this not loading? All right, let's try it. Let's try like January 2017. Maybe it's a date issue. We don't have data for this. No? The fuck? Oh, I don't want to curse. Dude. Like everything else loads up except for trade desk. Did like their ticker symbol change? Am I stupid? Maybe. Probably am. Trade desk. No, nothing. Oh boy. This is not good. It's showing the data here. It's got the underlying on there. It just does not want to show the data. Maybe like change the time. Let's try this. Let's try like NVIDIA. We'll just like buy a random. Try to like fool the system. Okay. Well, this sucks. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna restart my Thinkorswim, but I'm just gonna have to turn off my screen because I don't want to show my information by mistake and my password and my username. That would not be good. But hopefully I can get this backtest to work for Trade Desk because I really want to see what the returns are like, and if they're worthwhile, then I will add it to my list. Then that would be 3 suggestions for the month of Feb. All right, let me pull up my screen again. There we go. Let's go to on demand. Let's see if it loads up now. It's still not. Okay, maybe it's just something with Thinkorswim. Maybe they know I need a backtest and they're like, don't let him backtest. He'll see how much money it makes. Damn, this is like really annoying me. So, like, I really want to see what the results are like. Like every other stock symbol's working, but if I put in TTD, and I press enter, it just says waiting for data. Oh boy. Maybe I'm like missing something as to like why it's not showing up. Was this stock like not optionable like back like years back? Let's go to like a more recent time. Let's go to like last year. Okay. You know what? This trade desk may have not traded options prior to a certain year. There's my problem. I should have knew that. I should have known that right away. So like 2018 is good. Let's go to 2017. All right, so pretty much in 2018 was when you could start trading options, I think, around then. So sorry about that, guys. Found a glitch in the matrix. No, it's just me not being uh, aware that Trade Desk didn't trade options prior to 2018. All right, so I'm gonna break my rules a little bit and go with a 44 DT. I know. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna go with this. I think 1 day is okay. I think we can get away with 1 day. Let's see what the returns are like for this one. Looking at this figure down here, 112%, not bad. Let's go to next year. Ooh, I do not. Okay, I guess we can go to 50. That's fine. I don't like the weeklies as much, but they do have good volume. But they usually have wider spreads too. I'm gonna go with the 44. And the other thing is, Thinkorswim doesn't like to fill the orders on the weeklies for some reason. So I may just have to go with the 43. It's only a couple days, guys, so don't worry about the DT. You'll get a good gist of the performance based off of a little variance in my strategy. We're pretty much doing the same thing, so breaking the rules tonight a little bit. I hope you guys can still hear me. Okay. I may have cut out for a moment there, but my OBS was not happy. All right, here we go. 387% in 2019. Nice trade. That's actually a very nice trade. 2020. So tomorrow I'm not going to trade live. I don't think I'll be able to pull it off. I'm just so busy throughout the day. If anything, I may be trading from my phone. I won't even be at my desk in my home base. So we'll see. And that's another benefit of my strategy. You don't need to be like sitting in front of a computer all day going, "Oh my god, like what's the price going to do when it hits this level in the next 10 minutes?" Like, nah, it's like put on the trade and go work on your other aspects of your life. um, that's just another benefit of this. That's the benefit of swing trading in general, not just my strategy, but swing trading. Swing trading allows you to just be a little bit more away from the desk, a little bit more free, which I think is better. That's why I think swing trading is way better than day trading. All right, 1.9%, not bad. All right, hey, better. It's always better to make money than lose money, right? Let's go to 2021. So we pretty much get the gist of what the performance is like for Trade Desk. I know some of these contracts were larger size, but that's before Trade Desk probably split their stock or their stock went down. I think they split their stock. So like you see this contract's like $5,800. That's not gonna be something you have to worry about for this month or this year. All right, let's see where this price is. This is a big position, $5,000. Ooh, 33% down. It's a loser. Oops. What would I do? There we go. Found the glitch in the money matrix. In the matrix, yeah. Imagine. Imagine I'm just like, hey guys, I found this glitch. You could just click this button like 5 times a day and you make 10,000 a week. It's like, click button to make money. 44 delta. Going right here. 2022. Man, I get tired. That's the other thing, guys. I'm like working so much throughout the day and then into the night. I'm just like, by the time like 9:40, 10 o'clock rolls around, I'm like ready to pass out in my bed. I'm like an old man. And I'm not that old. I'm actually relatively young. I'm in my 20s, let's put it that way. My mid to later 20s. So, more so mid. I don't want to make myself sound too old. But, yeah. The Limitless Pill, yeah. Yep. That's a good movie. Who's in it? Andrew McConaughey, right? Or, no. Who's in Limitless? Now you got me thinking. You're sidetracking me. I have like ADHD with this stuff. Bradley Cooper, that's it, right? Yeah, Bradley Cooper. Duh. Jeez, I'm horrible with actors and actresses in movies. I just watch the movie and go, "Hey, I know who that guy is. I've seen him in this and that," and then that's it. Um, all right, so let's just backtest 2023, and pretty much the results for Trade Desk are good. So I'm gonna suggest Trade Desk as one of my trades. So there we go. I'm gonna put this in yellow. I'm gonna keep Fang as green because I'm in the position, and these are the three: NVIDIA, FTNT, and Trade Desk. I'm more so confident with Fortinet. The most. Actually have more confidence in Fortinet than Nvidia, but Nvidia is just one of those plays that you have to take because it's just a big market cap name and it can go up a lot. But yeah, I'm looking at Fortinet and Trade Desk. I'm probably only gonna put money into Nvidia and I mean I could put money into all three. I could put money into all three. I have to work the numbers and see. But again, like that's where I'm willing to risk my money. So, oh, I just had to finish the last month here. Jumping all over the place tonight. I am so sorry if that's annoying anyone. And this one's 3%. So it seems like 2023 and 2021 were the bad years, and you can probably see that right here. 2023 and 2021. We must have had IV Crush if we went up 9%, unless I used the wrong dating. No, that's probably IV Crush then. So, but I'm liking, like, personally, if it were me, like I said before, Fortinet and Nvidia, I have the most confidence in. Trade Desk, I have confidence in, but it's probably the one that will most likely fail, in my opinion. But it could work out. Who knows? Again, like right away, looking at this chart, I'm seeing like a rejection zone again, and it seems like every time it gets up into this area, it just breaks down. And even if you don't want to use, I don't really like to use diagonal lines. I think they're very subjective. So most of the time what I'll do is I'll just put this on like a weekly chart and then take out the volume profile and select the entire range and then mark my levels from there. So like right here, right here, right here. Break it down into the daily. Let's see what else we got. So there's another level like up here. Even right here too, I see something right there. So yeah, let's remove this now. So just looking at these levels now, you can see how clearly they're drawn out, right? You can see the rejections and the supports. So we just bounced off this support on Trade Desk on the 17th. Came up into this area. I'd say this line, if anything, is like the least strong. But we came down, found support, came up, found support off this line. Looks like we're trying to go back higher here. So if we do go higher, it's going to be 74. If we break through that, it's going to be 85. And this stock can move pretty quick. You can see these rallies just take off. So far, Trade Desk is trying to make a higher low right here. It technically made a higher low right here when you compare it to this bottom wick. Let's make another higher low. So maybe we'll go higher, make another higher low, go higher, right? So Fortinet, I already have the levels drawn out here. So Fortinet is up against resistance at $67. It rejected it here on this big candle. Right there. And it's trying to push back through it. So we could be seeing Fortinet break out of this $67 level. And if it does, I will be looking at, looks like we got a little area at 74, maybe even a little area here at like 70. You can even argue down here at like 68, like right there. So what I'm going to be looking at now is if we do go higher, I want to see it break through 69 and then get to 74. So we could be seeing a nice return. Also, remember, Fortinet has earnings coming out on the 6th. I don't know about Trade Desk. Trade Desk does too. So all three of these stocks have earnings coming out. So again, like, manage your risk if you're going to be playing these. Expect to lose 100% of what you put into it. I try to preach that. I pound the table. Like, this is how options work, guys. Like, you buy an option, expect to lose 100% of it, even if you're using a stop loss. Because you can have a price blow right through. You can have a market move, it blows right past your stop loss, and it keeps going down. And you put out a market order on your stop loss, and you get a really bad fill, and you lose a bunch of money. So manage your risk, right? If you don't feel comfortable with NVIDIA, if you don't feel comfortable with Trade Desk, like, try to find, and I encourage you to go out on your own, unusual whales. This is, I don't know, I've probably said this a lot before, but all these websites that I use are completely free. You don't even have to make an account. I'm not a sponsor or anything, nor do I have any interest of being a sponsor for some of these companies. But like, stock charts, completely free. Unusual whales seasonality, completely free. Go out on your own and research stuff that you find more interesting. So yeah, that's what that's looking like. And then Nvidia. So Nvidia doesn't really have any resistance right now, right? It's kind of in that price discovery mode right now. So if we do come back, it's a long way down, $500. So be ready for earnings. This is going to be a big month. I don't know what the returns are usually on this month, but let's see. Let's see what the returns are like. Trying to find the average video. How many times did I? Okay. Just do this. So NVIDIA is actually pretty good. Yeah. So, NVIDIA, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm really excited about Fortinet. I should probably put all my money into Fortinet. But NVIDIA, I still have confidence in. Just gotta make sure my risk is managed. That's all. Manage that risk. Doesn't matter how good or bad your trading strategy is. If you don't have good risk, your trading strategy's bad to begin with. Bad risk equals bad strategy right off the bat. Always remember that. Just kind of adding up the cost here on NVIDIA. I should get out of on-demand mode here. What are we looking at here? Looking at that. Now this is subject to change, but all right. So we got that amount left over. So we could probably do like. And then what about TTD? So yeah, I'm probably just gonna put my money into Fortinet and NVIDIA. You guys know that I suggest I pick stocks, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna actually trade them. But I am going to put money into Fortinet along with NVIDIA. So yeah. All right, so how long have I been streaming for? Just under an hour. Okay. So I'm sorry I neglected to go over the other trades, but we can go over DAR. See you, Jason. It's good talking. All right, let's go over DAR real quick. DAR 58% in February. Again, like if I'm going to trade DAR, I'm looking at July right away. July's sticking out like a sore thumb. 74%. So right away, with the way I trade, the way I like to look at my data and decipher if I should act on it or not, is just by this. This is my baseline, and then I look into the other stuff. This is not a good baseline. Just going to be completely transparent. If I were going to trade this, I'd be looking towards July. 58% is kind of low. I think at least 68 to 70% is where you want to be. 70% preferably. So DAR I would stay away from for February. We can look at AC or coin. Coin was the other one, right? Coin, 100%. All right. So this is what I'm looking for right now. The only thing with coin. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot. Let me look at DAR one more time. Yeah, so like even DAR, I was looking at it on a 20-year back test. Even on like a 5-year back test, it's still 50%. 10 years, 67, okay. But in recent years, what has it been doing? Yeah, it's been past 2 years, it's returned 0. Right? Oh no, it's returned one and done. So last year it didn't return anything. 2023 it did, or 2022 it did. Yeah, I think there's better choices out there. But on like a 10-year back test, it looks pretty good. 70%. I mean, listen, it could be a good play. It could be a good play, but I think there's better options out there. I like to see like on like a, like let's look at like this, like a 10-year back test is 70%. I like to see 70% going back across a good amount of time, which it has been. 80%. Yeah, I mean, DAR could be an option, but be careful with it. Like, manage your risk. Only put what you're willing to lose in it. That's all I'm going to suggest. You know, the market's going to do what it's going to do. You know, there's stuff on here like seasonality that shows no bullish seasonality, and then it's one of the best months of the year for the stock. So seasonality is not the end all be all. It's just an odds. It's just an odds game. It's just putting probability in your favor. That's all it is. Let's look at coin. Now, coin, we only have like a few years of data. Technically, only 3 years. 2024, February 2024 has not occurred yet, so technically we should take that off. But 100%. We can look at it on here too. I like this site as well. So they have even less data. So be careful, coin. Be careful with the seasonality. We might be better off looking at it on a chart. The only thing with coin is it has such little data behind it that it's kind of a riskier play to base seasonality for, or base seasonality for a trade. That's my only point of contention with it. I like to have a lot of data behind my decision. I'm just looking at like each February going back, which there's not many. Let's see. 2022 is a loss. 2023 up 10%. That's it. That's all we have. It's only 2 years. I guess this is technically 4, but we are in the 4th year. But 2021 was a down year. Was it? Oh, we don't have. Oh, okay. I thought this chart goes back further, unless there was a big plunge in price. No. Okay. What the hell's the? Okay. So, coin did have a winning year in 2021. I would listen, if you're gonna put on a trade for coin, keep it small. And I don't know how much their contracts cost. You know, again, Coinbase is definitely affected by Bitcoin, so Bitcoin can have a good month. If anything, I'd be looking at what Bitcoin is doing, right? So Coinbase has been going up since Bitcoin has gone up. Look at BTC's seasonality, right? I think it's like $ BTC. Yeah. Let's see if that works. Yeah, listen, February's a good month usually for tends to be a good month for Bitcoin. Hey, maybe I should put on a Bitcoin trade. Maybe I should buy and if I were gonna put on a Bitcoin trade, I'd be looking at probably like Riot. Riot's one of those stocks that can explode in value. I remember someone else suggesting a different Bitcoin miner stock. But oh, Marathon, that's it. Thank you, DC. Thank you. That's the one I was thinking about. Yeah, Marathon. But the seasonality's not there in February. It's in July, but what the hell? Alright, that just shows you that just because Bitcoin does good typically in February does not mean that the miners are going to do well either. The median percentage gain could be low. That's probably why. So, do you do weekly trade options on top of monthly? I don't. I don't trade weeklies. I could. I don't. They're too risky for me. The problem with going shorter duration is you're giving the market less time to potentially give you a profit. So when you give the market like a month for a trade, your probability of success goes up because the market drifts higher over time. If you look at any top stock or any S&P 500 on a monthly chart, you have down months, you have sideways months, but over time the markets go up. Every 30 days, the markets typically go higher. So just with that information, I want to be at a certain duration that allows me to capture that potential opportunity of a monthly trade. Now you could trade weeklies. You can trade weeklies and use seasonality and use statistics and back testing. But it's risky. It's risky because now you're still swing trading, but now you're starting to get closer to that more gambling type of. I mean, what I'm doing already is risky enough. Let's put it that way. The way I trade is risky enough. So when you go to a shorter duration, what you're telling the market is, I want more risk. So be careful. Listen, I've gotten burned with weekly options. Okay, it sucks. So takes one to know one. Just be careful. Not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to persuade you not to trade weeklies or go with a short duration. My suggestion is manage your risk and backtest. Those are the two main points, two main things I'm going to suggest to you. And that goes for any trading strategy. Manage your risk and yeah. Manage the risk and backtest. Which you should be doing for any trading strategy. What about a put on A and F? I like A and F. I don't want to buy a put. Why are you making me do this? Oh my god, dude. Whew. This thing has skyrocketed. What about a put? Why don't you just buy a call option every month? You just like literally just like, oh, it's new month, buy a call option on Abercrombie and Fitch and hold it. Because that's all this thing does is go up. Buy a put. I mean, let me put it this way: the stock where it's priced at right now is not overvalued. I mean, it is expensive, but the PE is not crazy. 26 PE is actually relatively low in this market. Yeah. And the other thing is, if you bought puts on November, you barely had a bottom wick, so you wouldn't even had made any money. You would have. It's literally just like setting money on fire, doing a put, trying to buy a put on this. You're setting money on fire. This is why I don't like puts. I've never really traded them much, other than day trading and like trading SPX. But the reason why I don't like puts is because the market typically goes up over time. That's it. And also, you don't have unlimited profit potential on puts. Stock price can only go to zero. So that's the amount of money you can only make is between zero and whatever price you buy put at. So, and watch it. I mean, listen, do you. Again, manage risk. I wouldn't do it. Gun to my head, I would not do it. All right. So, I think we're going to call it a night. Before I go, I'm going to give you my trade plan. I'll probably try to stream. Maybe I'll stream Friday. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. So yeah. NVIDIA, going to be entering right here on January 31st, end of day. I'm hoping for a good down day tomorrow. I want to buy into some discounted levels, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Again, Fortinet going to be entering on the 31st. Entering tomorrow on FTNT. Holding that till February 29th. Trade desk. I'm not going to be trading, but it is my other pick. Again, buy it on the 31st, sell it on the 29th. One last thing, all of these stocks do have earnings this month, so expect volatility and expect some IV crush too. Could be looking at IV crush because you're going into a higher IV environment. And that got me thinking with Nvidia right now. What its IV is at right now? 46%. Alright, so that's not too bad. So IV isn't too high for Nvidia. So that's it. Hope you all enjoyed the stream tonight. It was good catching up. I'm sorry I haven't been able to stream as frequently. I am trying to work out my schedule. I think next week will be a little bit better. So I'll try to stream a couple times next week. I appreciate you guys sticking around. I appreciate you guys hitting the like button, subscribing, all that stuff, leaving comments. Again, I'm always open to answer questions in the comment section. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all have a good night. Good luck tomorrow, and happy